everybody, for those of you who just found us. I'm going to put the new link in the old link. And the Flim Flam in the Mamma Jam.
All right.
All right, 1 second, Carl. Hi, folks. I love how everyone thinks this is just me fucking up. Do you think I just fucked up here, Carl?
Yeah. What other explanation is there?
Oh, it's just me.
I'm just sitting here. I don't know. I don't know what you think I did.
All right, everybody. Hi. We're here again.
Hola.
So, where was I, Carl?
Oh, well, you're talking about the smell of death.
Yeah, I'm going to start back there just in case we missed some of it.
Yeah.
So, the smell of death. Sure, I find the odor of death very erotic. There are death odors, and then there are death odors. Now you get your body that's been floating in the bay for 2 weeks or a burn victim. That really doesn't attract me much. But a freshly embalmed corpse is something else. There's also this attraction to blood. When you're on top of a body, it tends to purge blood out of its mouth.
Oh, that's hot.
Well, you're making passionate love. You'd have to be there, I guess.
Maybe she just had her period and was 69ing it. Maybe it was never the person's blood.
Are you kidding me? She's fucking corpses enough, Carl, that there's blood coming out of them. Out of their mouths.
Also, I like that she doesn't mind the smell.
She finds it erotic.
I think that her and I could actually, we could maybe make this thing work. Because my wife's not a fan of how I make the bed smell. But this woman sounds like she'd just be able to push right through.
Yeah, she's a real trooper, all right.
Yep.
So, this is 1987.
Okay.
The interviewer asks her a serious question. He says, well, you have to be careful with all the AIDS going around.
Ah, yes.
And she goes, well, that's the reason I haven't tried anything lately.
Oh, good. She's scared.
I'm sure I'd have found a way to get into one of these funeral homes by now. But the group I find attractive, young men in their 20s, are the ones who are dying of AIDS.
Okay.
And she goes, then he followed up this question. Did you usually attend the funerals of your corpse lovers?
Interesting. Yeah, all right.
That's a good question.
I wouldn't have thought to ask that.
Yeah.
I like that her boyfriend's stiff and she's scared stiff. It's good. It keeps her from doing things she shouldn't be doing.
She was worried about catching the AIDS from the corpses.
Yes. I mean, it doesn't sound plausible, but Dr. Fauci probably said you could do it, so stay away.
Wear a mask.
Yeah, if you're going to fuck a dead corpse,
you
wear
have
a mask.
to put a mask on the corpse,
Yes.
and you have to put a mask on yourself. So, did you usually attend the funerals of your corpse lovers? Yeah, it was convenient working in the funeral homes. I get to drive out to the cemetery with the family. I get to mourn right along with the family at the loss of that loved one. Except I was groaning in a little different tone.
Oh, God. A creep. Why is she doing this interview? What's wrong with her?
People can't really tell if you're grief-stricken or passion-stricken, I've discovered.
Mm-hmm.
I've had members of the families put their arms around me and say, we're so glad you could come.
Yeah. I think people assume that you're grief-stricken because you're at a funeral. I think that's the assumption. They can't even tell. Well, we assume you're not a horrible person.
They realized something was wrong when she was just grinding the tombstones.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll get me off one more time.
She says after they would talk to her, she'd have to spin this whole big yarn. Ugh. Yeah, I knew him in school. If the guy didn't have a girlfriend in life, they're like, oh, maybe she was his girlfriend. After a detailed interview, after this interview came out, Carl, she changed her name and moved to another city, which is the last time she's ever spoken publicly.
So she learned her lesson.
We don't know that.
Well, she changed her name and moved, so she understood that this was not a good look for her.
Yeah, well, that means that she went to another place, so maybe she'd get a fresh start and find a new funeral home that didn't have as nice a locks.
You know, there's probably a lot of guys who are thinking, even after I die, I'm still getting laid? All right. Sign me up.
This fucking lunatic. Now, her story inspired a 1992 short story, We Seldom Look on Love, which turn inspired the 1996 Canadian independent film Kissed. They made a movie about this.
Well, of course they did. It's a fascinating story.
And the main character was a young woman working as an embalmer, fascinated with dead bodies, and engaged in necrophilia, played by Molly Parker.
Who's Molly Parker? She
No
hot?
clue.
Did you look her up?
No.
Do you know what this woman looks like? Is she
Yes, you want to
attractive?
see a picture of her?
Yeah, I want to see a picture.
That's
Oh.
the only picture I could find.
All
of her.
right. Well, she looks like she might be. It's hard to tell.
That's a corpse fucker right there.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's
It's hard
smile.
to tell. I don't think I like it.
Yeah, Molly Parker's portrayal of the controversial role earned her an award for, quote, performance of...
An Embley?
She won an Embalmy.
An Embalmy, that's it.
She won an award for performance by an actress in a leading role at the 18th Genie Awards. I guess that's some Canadian bullshit.
Whatever.
As of 1996, Greenlee was reported to be touring North America with her poetry, conferencing about necrophilia and sexual liberation.
Okay, so this other woman's now making a living off of this?
Yep.
Okay, who cares?
So she is not... No, she's doing it. She's going out and still touring under her name. She lives somewhere and she's hidden, but she's written poetry and stuff that she's released because she is so not sorry for this shit.
She's not
When
hiding.
you say-
I thought you said she changed her name and she's hiding. We don't know what happened to her.
They don't know where she
She's
lives.
on
but she's
tour?
Yeah, but she
Maybe
lives somewhere under an assumed name and she shows up places as Karen Greenlee.
Okay.
And there's apparently a whole fucking convention of these people that are into necrophilia.
Okay.
So she's like a fucking hero to them.
Okay.
She's the hero of the necrophiles. Ugh.
Still better than Stuttering John.
Yeah, man. And she used to like. Here's some of her poetry. This is
Jesus,
audio of
we're
it.
getting to poetry.
This is her. This is her talking about a summer night's tryst she had with one of the corpses, and this is her in the throes of passion.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yep, that's her.
All
Voted
right.
out.
Are we good? Did you say voted up?
I said, moving on.
Moving on. All right. Very good. So I will bring you a man named Kenneth Douglas. And Vinny, you know what they like to say, and they used to say this to me when I was a young man. Do what you love and never work a day in your life. And Kenneth Douglas is one of these people who fulfilled his dreams in life.
I don't feel like his dreams were that out of the realm of reality. If his dream was to work in a funeral home.
Oh, more so than just work at a funeral home, although he did hold down a position for quite some time.
Ah.
Now, you expect that the bodies of murder victims entrusted to the coroner's office for autopsy would be safe and protected.
But there's a former employee who's in jail right now for sexually abusing corpses.
All right, we're going to Hamilton County in Ohio. And so you have the coroner's office where it's all bodies that they need to do autopsies on.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes they don't come in the best of shape.
Sure.
Let's hear about Karen Range's story.
Karen Range grew up in Cincinnati with her mother and several siblings. She enjoyed animals and was planning to go to veterinary school. She was proud of her virginity, abstaining from sex until she would be married. Karen was murdered by a door-to-door salesman on October 19, 1982. She was only 19 years old. Karen was admitted to the morgue on August 20th, 1982.
Now, this is a crazy story, Vinny, because what happened was this
I
guy...
don't like where it's going.
This guy, David Steffen, posing as a door-to-door salesman, just came in and murdered this girl. They talk about how like things are more dangerous nowadays. Like, this is the early 80s. This guy's just going door-to-door murdering teenagers. Anyway.
Murderer! Murderer here!
Open up! I hope it's not that pesky land shark again. Nope. No, it's a murderer.
Nope, got a knife.
So he beat the teenager, stuffed a rag in her mouth, and slashed her throat with a paring knife with such force he nearly took her head off.
Yeah.
This is the body that's going to
With a paring
the morgue.
knife?
Yeah.
That is not the best shaped body.
So Steffen pleaded guilty to murdering Range, but while he admitted to attempting to rape her, swore up and down that he never actually completed any sexual aspect of the crime. Now, investigators didn't believe him since the medical exam found semen inside and all over the victim's body.
Eee.
Yeah. So he got put away for both
Well,
murder
how did this get
and
here?
rape. Now, what's fast forward? This is 1982. Fast forward 2008, and DNA technology has come along to the point where they're able to test. Hey, I wonder if that was that David Steffen door-to-door salesperson who had sex with this 19-year-old virgin. Well, turns out that DNA belonged to our buddy Kenneth Douglas.
I do remember going in the freezer, pulling in one of the rooms in the back.
Okay. And what happened?
I had sex with her.
Kenneth Douglas admitted to sexually assaulting Appling's daughter Charlene, Angel Hicks, and Karen Range during his time at the morgue in the 80s.
I would just get on top of them and pull my pants down.
These crimes did not come to light until years later. It was not until 2008 that DNA from the victims was linked to Kenneth Douglas.
All right, so he admits right there to having sex with 3 different murdered teenagers. And they're not coming to him in the best of shape, as I mentioned. The one woman's head was almost cut completely off.
I figure nobody'd notice.
Yeah, well, guess what? Nobody did notice.
I mean, what a fucking simpleton this guy sounds like, too.
Oh, nobody did notice for a very long time, Vinny.
Douglas had access to the bodies at the morgue every day from 1976 until 1992.
So once they discovered the DNA,
It was a good run.
Yeah, once they discovered the DNA from this one woman,
Do you have the glory days drop for that?
they start they start asking her. I probably should have played this
Wheeling
one.
in those corpses. I fucked some cold glory days.
So he's working there the whole time. They didn't discover this until 2008, and that's when they questioned him about this. And he went ahead and
Who are
admitted.
these busybodies retesting all this DNA?
That's a great question. You know what it is, actually? It's this guy, David Steffen, and his pesky attorney, because he was on death row. And he's going, I didn't even rape the bitch. I tried, and I wasn't able to. Why am I on death row? Anyway.
Well, you chopped her head off.
He did chop her head off, but I guess the rape part.
But I did not rape that girl.
I did not rape her. So this is him now, Kenneth Douglas, admitting that he did have sex with corpses.
And even he isn't sure how many corpses he abused.
But it could be as many as 20. It could be 100.
According to Kenneth Douglas, it could have been 100 corpses. How many did you say that your Karen was up to?
About
20 to 40?
20 to 40 was the estimate.
All right. Yeah, this guy's over 100.
Yeah, but listen,
He's
man,
doing pretty well. And what do you think drives this type of behavior? If
wanting
you
to
had
come.
guess?
I'm guessing wanting to come and having no living human wanting to have any interaction with you at all.
Close.
Douglas says he committed these crimes because he was under the influence of drugs and alcohol on the job.
If I wasn't drinking, I hadn't had anything to drink when I went to work, it wouldn't happen. Or I would do crack and go in, and I would drink and go in.
He would do crack.
Oh, God.
And then next thing you know, he's fucking a dead body.
So your guy
Cocaine's
at
a
least
hell of a
has an
drug.
excuse.
Yes. He's got a real good excuse. He used to drink and do drugs a lot.
Yeah, my girl was just like, yeah, the smell turns me on.
Well, this is funny, speaking of the smell, because he shared a car with his wife. They were a one-car family. So she would drop him off at work to work his overnight shift and then come and pick him up after
Was
in
he
the morning.
smoking the crack in the car?
Well, he was smoking the crack at work, and he was drinking at work, and he would smell pretty boozy by the time he got in the car. And the wife got real suspicious of what was going on while he was at work.
Douglas's wife claims she called the morgue supervisor about her husband smelling like alcohol and
I told him, I said, we're down to one car. More often than not, I'm dropping Kenny off and I'm picking him up. And I'm taking him home. He gets undressed and he reaches up.
Appling's attorney put it in terms that we can use on TV.
Her husband was also coming home from work, as she put it, smelling like sex.
What she said was he smelled like pussy.
She came on to me.
So he smells like alcohol and pussy after his shift at the morgue. If you can imagine what that's like.
Could you imagine being in a morgue on crack? Like, what the fuck?
No. I don't know what that would be like.
Not fun, or maybe a lot of fun. I don't know.
So she goes ahead and calls.
All I know is I would need a drink.
She calls them and says, hey, just so you know, something's going on with my husband.
Douglas's wife claims the morgue supervisor told her to stop calling.
Bertie said, Pat, whatever happens on county property and county time is county business.
What stays on county? What happens on county property stays on county.
Yeah, it's like it's Vegas. I know. By the way, that did not go over well. That came back to bite the county in court. Where their attitude is like, oh, yeah, he smells like he's fucking dead people all night. Well, too bad.
Yeah, what does that say about your pussy, lady?
Yeah. What does that say about your pussy? Look, it almost like strange, but
now stop calling.
You're supposed to be fucking rotten. Holy shit. Well, I have good news for you. He wasn't just fucking dead people.
It wasn't only corpses. A morgue employee who worked with Douglas testified that he would bring live women in at night and have sex with them.
Imagine if you're a prostitute or an escort or whatever these women of the night are.
I do bonus shows for Patreon. I know what it's like to be a whore.
Yes. And imagine if they're like, all right, where are we going to do this? At the morgue. I want you to meet my other girlfriends.
I like it when they watch.
So then the question is asked.
You want some of this crack? They're not good prostitutes, Carl.
No, that's a good
They're
point.
not high-end call girls.
That's true. They're probably not even complaining about it. How was the...
They're just like, oh, this is nice.
How was the gig at the morgue? She's like, fine. It's fine.
At least there was someplace to lay this time.
How was the gig? Do you think
I'm used to alleys.
Is that how pimps ask about that? How was that gig last night?
Yeah.
Probably not. So then they asked the question, did he ever have to like unzip a body bag in order to fuck these broads?
Did you ever have to unzip body bags to see the women?
A few of them.
Okay, some of them?
A few of them.
Okay.
I think Karen was one of them.
Okay.
The first one.
Right.
What a stupid question. Yeah, of course. How do you fuck them? Do you fuck your wife through her clothes?
Exactly.
Sir? Officer?
Consider it her skirt. All right. You call it a body bag, I call it a big skirt that I got to get through.
I may be a crackhead, but I already know the answer to that.
Well, he does say that he wasn't always penetrating the women.
So I can't actually remember, but I do remember sometimes I wouldn't. I would
Just masturbate.
masturbate. Right?
Well,
and I would have my hands on.
Jagging it, jack, spanking it, smack.
So he'd be like feeling up the corpse, like grabbing the boobs and grabbing the buttocks while just jerking off all over it. And he got away with this for a very long time.
Yeah.
And you ready for the kicker on this one?
Yeah.
Kenneth
There's a
Douglas,
kicker already?
Kenneth Douglas, now 62, is out of prison and, by all known accounts, is keeping a low profile. So he is also free and clear after admitting to fucking over 100 corpses.
Yeah, but did he have to pay a $225
at the
fine?
morgue. I don't think so. I don't know what the fine was for this.
My
but,
lady did 40 corpses, 11 days, and a fine in California. The state that we're all bitching about is so overly restricted.
Yeah.
The 70s in California had to be amazing.
Yeah, they're not focused on the right things over there, are they?
They aren't. I was born in 82 in San Diego. No wonder I turn out the way I am.
Oh, you're blaming San Diego?
Just that California
It's
mentality.
not their fault.
So I get my carefree attitude.
So go vote for Kenneth Douglas, please, for Creepiest Undertaker on, thecreepoff.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can go vote for a crackhead, or you can vote for a legitimate creep who got turned on by dead bodies. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Thank you. We're going to do some voicemails. Are you ready, Carl?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
The Creep Off voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse, home to the beef jerky outlet. Come see the parts of the cow that Slim Jim's turned down. See you in Syracuse.
Here's someone calling in to tell me I'm stupid.
Vinny, you dumb fuck. Yeah, Superman Returns wasn't that great, and Bryan Singer is a kid fucker. Sure, but he had not that much to do with X-Men 3: The Last Stand. That was, I think it was Brett Ratner that directed that. Singer, I don't know, maybe he was too busy fucking kids after X-Men 2. But, yeah, so you're an idiot and wrong, and just because of that, I kind of want to vote for Carl. I don't know if I will, though, because your guy was kind of creepy. So, fuck yourselves and smooches.
All right, first off, you nerd. That's fine. He couldn't even say he didn't have that much to do with it. Yeah, he had something to do with it.
Vinny-
And he fucked kids. Who
Vinny, can I
cares?
shut this whole thing down with just this?
Yeah.
No fact checking.
I was hoping you would.
Strong policy on this show about fact checking.
100%.
By the way, Rap's coming to the club in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm going to be your MC.
Oh, yeah? You're
Yeah.
emceeing that show?
Yeah, so listen, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this yet, but there's a certain show with a pal of yours that's coming to the club.
Oh, cool.
In March. I'll give you a clue. I was bumped for him on the Cardiff Electric show. And I'm supposedly going to be doing 5 shows with him.
Wait, does he sound like this?
Welcome to Who Are These Podcasts? White Power.
Well, it's not officially announced, so
Okay.
I couldn't say.
All right,
but
fair enough.
exactly like that, yes.
Hi, this is High Pitch Eric, and you're listening to Who Are These Podcasts? Chinese people smell.
Thank you. Thank you, High Pitch.
So if you want to hear that type of material, March here in Rochester.
Here's a fun voicemail for you, Carl.
All right.
Hey, I had to call. I just wanted to appreciate Carl's joke that went unappreciated during the show with his Amazing Race TV show being about white people. That was a really funny joke.
There you go. There's your credit. Congratulations.
I stole that from, who's the guy with the really hard to pronounce name from The Hangover?
Ken Jeong?
No. Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. This is my favorite voicemail of the week.
Cowboy shit. Cowboy shit. Cowboy shit. Cowboy shit. Holy hell. That AEW final match at Full Gear between Hangman Page and Kenny Omega was phenomenal. It was great. That was a good time. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Call me back. Prep Boy Rick out.
Thanks, Prep Boy Rick. I hope you enjoyed that pay-per-view. It was very late, but boy, it was a lot of fun. My boy MJF took out that piece of shit Darby Allin.
Are you just trying to complete people's bingos boards for them? Is Prep Boy Rick in on this? Does he have that square on his bingo board? What's going on
Well,
right
I
now?
didn't bring it up. He did, so I don't know if it counts.
Vinny.
All right. So for those of you who don't know about this yet, you can play a bingo game along with the show every week now.
Tucker Dixon, I believe, created this for us. Thank you, Tucker.
So Tucker is going to be running it. The details, we tweeted them. Make sure you're following us at Twitter at CreepOffPod.
Can I tell you something about this bingo game?
Yeah.
So apparently I say the phrase fair enough quite a bit.
Yes.
This is something I didn't know about myself until I saw it on the bingo board. And then I'm editing WATP yesterday, and I'm like, oh my fucking God. I'm editing out myself saying fair
Might as
enough.
well be a fucking free space.
Seriously.
Carl is
Get
late.
out of the way.
Carl saying fair enough. All free spaces. It's a good
I
word.
wasn't late today.
You were early.
I was early.
Yeah, so fuck all of you guys. Wrong. But if you did have technical stream issues, you got that.
That's a fair. Yeah, we got to fix that. I don't want that to be.
Folks,
a
I
point
don't know
every
what's
week.
going on. I think there's a problem with the internet here. There has been. We're going to call. We're going to get equipment changed out. I'm sorry, guys. It's not me. I'm not hitting buttons to fuck shit up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
See, this is the Vinny thing. It's not my fault. Don't blame me. I apologize. Please forgive me.
Oh, just keep blaming me. Just keep blaming
I'm just saying,
me.
if you're going to say sorry, it makes it sound like.
I think no one trusts Carl. No one likes him anymore.
You're an
He's
asshole.
a snake. He's a scumbag.
Scumbag.
I'm just saying that when you apologize for all these technical problems.
Carl does not deserve to smell my shit.
Fuck you, dude. You got any voicemails?
Fuck you.
I do not.
All right, so I guess it's time for a scum stream.
Let's get into the scum parade.
I
I
fucked up my own show. Oh.
That's all right. Well, fuck it, since you said it. This is some bonus show shit right here.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you want to do that Dan Schneider episode this week?
Yes. Let's do that. Still going, huh?
You gonna stop it?
Let's see. Is it gonna end up? Look at that. It ends.
Good old another Karl ballad that goes on too long. Shocker.
God damn. By the third chorus, you're like, all right, we get it. It's a scum stream.
One of these days, I want to play that whole thing you wrote to me for Shoot to Thrill.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like 4
yeah.
minutes long.
I think I played that entire song on one of our first episodes out here.
Oh, God.
It is
all
long.
right.
It's too long.
Florida inmate charged with assaulting his roommate told cops that he had a good excuse for it.
Okay.
He said the victim farts too much and was stinking up the cell.
Okay, I can see that being a problem in those living quarters, yes.
So now I have learned my lesson from 2 weeks ago. I will not be playing 4 minutes of farts while we talk about this.
I am actually shocked that you're restraining yourself. It's very impressive.
I'm trying to be a good guy today. So he also failed to give courtesy flushes after using their shared toilet. Now, according to an arrest report, investigators allege that Christopher Callan, 33, pummeled Armando Dominguez Quevedo, 57, during a confrontation Thursday night inside their cell at the Monroe County Detention Center in Key West.
So the irony here is that he ended up beating the shit out of him, which is
yeah.
not going to help the situation.
So, Quevedo has been locked up on a $40,000 bond and has been in custody since February on arrest for aggravated battery and indecent exposure.
Okay.
During an interview at a hospital emergency room, he said he was cleaning the toilet when Callan grabbed him by the shirt and began punching him in the face and the ribs. Cops noted that he had no idea why he was being attacked out of the blue, and it seemed random. The attack left Quevedo with 2 missing teeth, a broken rib, and swollen and bruised lips and left orbital socket.
Broken left orbital socket,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I was reading this to my wife, and she was actually siding with Callan on this. She's like, that's he got what he deserved on that one.
Yeah, she wishes she could take you.
No courtesy flushes? What's wrong with this fucking guy?
When questioned by the cops, whose knuckles were red and bloody, appeared to provide a motive for the assault, complaining about his cellmate's flatulence and toilet habits. He also complained that Dominguez Quevedo, quote, speaks weird languages.
Yeah, out of his butt. I'll take it this week. Don't you worry. I got you covered, buddy.
Bravo. According to the arrest report, Callan was charged yesterday with aggravated battery by an inmate, a felony for which he is scheduled to be arraigned November 19th. A judge has ordered Callan to have no contact with him. So you imagine they're just sitting on either side of the cell, not talking to each other.
They'd have to draw the line down the middle. You can be on your side and I'll be on my side. You can't cross over here.
Yeah, well, the toilet's on my side now, Miguel.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there, Vinny.
I'm sorry, Armando.
I have a feeling that it wasn't really just about the farting.
I might have had to do something with that indecent exposure thing.
I think that maybe something built up over time and like that was the final straw, would be my guess.
I feel like this guy thought that the guards would just go with him on it. Oh, well, he's farting all the time. Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know jail culture. It's terrifying.
He beat him to an inch of his life. I mean, this was not a harmless spat that they had.
No. All over a harmless spat. Okay.
I get it.
A former high school basketball coach is being investigated by the Rhode Island facility. Is that you? This fucking computer. I'm gonna kill somebody with the knife today.
Okay.
A former high school...
Is someone fucking with you like you're stuttering John?
It must be.
Someone messaging you while you're on the show?
Oh, I can't take it
I love it. All right, go ahead. Start over.
Okay. A former high school basketball coach is being investigated by the Rhode Island Attorney General's office after former players came forward to say he for years asked male students to disrobe while alone with him so he could perform what he called, quote, body fat tests.
Okay, yeah. You've had a body fat test before, right, Vinny?
Yeah, I passed.
Yeah. Flying colors. Yeah, I mean, you got to like take off all your clothes and do jumping jacks in front of like grown men, right?
No.
Oh.
Never had to do that.
Oh, you don't have to do that? Oh.
Nope.
Weird.
Nope. I actually, you know, remember when they do that hernia test when you were in like school?
Yeah.
Yeah. That I almost called the police.
You're right.
I was so upset.
This guy's touching my balls. That guy touched my balls last year too. Why would anyone believe me?
This guy, you mean he's touching everyone's balls? Get the principal in here. So reports came to light.
Why did we have those hernia tests? Is that a necessary thing? Of all the things they look for, it's like lice. Okay, I get it, because then you can spread it to other kids. That's a problem.
Yep.
But what's with the hernia? Why do they have to do one procedure in school where they touch your balls?
Yeah, I heard that kids now have to wear masks on their balls. So
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's only fair.
God, I hope my nuts stinked. I hope they smelled terrible.
I'm sure they did.
God.
Vinny, your diet has never been good.
It's not true.
It's never been
I find to think that everything I eat is delicious.
It's never been good.
So Aaron Thomas, 54, been a teacher and coach at North Kingston High School since the 1990s before he resigned in June when the reports came to light. So far, no criminal charges have been filed. A spokesperson for the state attorney general confirmed the investigation this week but did not provide details. His attorney, Thomas's attorney, John McDonald, pronouns pal, said that tests using skin-fold calipers were done with parental consent and that his client had hundreds of signed consent forms.
All right, I have to ask you this, Vinny. In a case like this where you're looking at nude boys over decades of time, is having hundreds of consent forms a good thing? Or does it kind of make it seem like you knew you were up to something that you were going to have to prove that you had consent for at some point?
And the fact that he had them all still on file.
Yeah, like he's got a stack of papers like, no, look at this. I got signatures.
Mom said it was cool. Mom said it was cool.
Yeah.
I like how they said he's got skin fold calipers. What is that, like a fucking salad tong? Like, what the fuck is that?
Possibly.
Guy's just grabbing kids with fucking serving fucking.
He's pinching the fatties. All right, put your pants back on. Get out of here, kid.
Boy, if I walked in.
Nope, you're good. We got you.
Yeah, you're good. Now, he said that he had all of this information as proof. However, the consent forms viewed by the Boston Globe make no mention of nudity.
Right. That would be the problem. Then.
Yes. And he's got all of these fucking useless piece of papers that he saved, but none of it said, yes, my child should fucking strip naked in front of you and you pinch them with salad tongs.
You don't have to measure someone's cock length to determine their body weight or their whatever that.
Now bend over. I got to measure asshole to tip.
Exactly.
No, thank you.
Should not be happening.
So the test had started on the upper body with the shirt off and goes lower with the underwear on or off, he told the newspaper. It was simply quicker to do it without the underwear in the way.
Underwear always gets in the way.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Of child rape, yes. Thomas measured the abductor muscles of the inner thigh, but did not touch the groin area, his lawyer said. The consent form mentions assessing body fat composition, testing muscle strength and development, and was designed to help athletes reach their full potential.
All right. I have a statement that I want to make.
Please.
If you coach young boys or young girls, and your goal isn't to eventually coach at a collegiate or professional level, there should be a term limit for that. No grown adult man should enjoy coaching little boys unless there's something else going on.
I think that every single coach should be the grumpy dad that doesn't want to be there.
Correct.
They should all have a White Claw like Karl.
Yes, they should be pounding White Claws and looking at their watch the entire time. Do you guys want to run 2 more drills?
Fucking sprints, go.
We can call it.
Fucking done with this. But yeah, I agree with you. It's a weird thing.
It's a weird profession, and the fact that this guy wants to see all these boys naked is weird. I don't care if he had consent forms. I don't care if he didn't touch them. Lock him up.
So North Kingston police told school officials in September that they were not pursuing criminal charges.
Wow.
But local police are now cooperating with the Attorney General's office, who did get involved, and the school committee is also investigating. Thomas got another job at a private middle school in South Kingston in September, but was fired last week after all this became public.
Who's that old guy over there? Uncle Paul, with the creepy old guy stare. Uncle Paul, and now he's coming over here, slowly limping down the hall. It's too late now, 'cause here comes Uncle Paul.
Show you how to make a big boy love you.
Gotta make a big boy love you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's keep moving. This article came from People magazine.
Ooh.
This was sent to me.
It's not our usual The Smoking Gun or New York Post article.
No.
Or The Mirror. What's the other one that we love?
I'm just going to read this article because it is so wonderfully written by the folks over at People.
Great.
It just paints a lovely picture.
I love it.
Here we go. At a 2016 Republican Party fundraiser at the Palm Beach mansion of former presidential candidate Ben Carson, 24-year-old ballet dancer Ashley Byers met Doug Bainfield, a Navy veteran and technology consultant who had started several businesses. Although Doug was 30 years older than Ashley, sparks flew instantly.
Ah, yes. It's a story as old as time itself,
Yes.
Vinny. A young, hot chick is so attracted to a much older man with a shit ton of money.
You know, honest to God, like you would think that they, like if there was a sugar daddy seeking class, they would say go to Ben Carson fucking fundraisers.
Correct.
Go to the Republican
It's a good place
fundraisers.
to start. Yep.
Yep.
It's a pretty good place to start right there.
Dress like a Fox News consultant and just fucking walk in there. You'll be all right.
Short skirt. Anywhere where dinner costs $30,000 a plate, that's where you're going to find your next hubby.
Well, let me tell you something. Those sparks did fly.
Yeah.
14 days later, married.
That's how you know it's real, when you get married after 2 weeks of dating.
Yeah.
That's proof right there that it's nothing that's nefarious going on at all.
Well, the couple wasted little time building a future together, Carl.
Good.
Although she had only danced with small regional troops, Ashley wanted to build her own ballet company. What do you know?
Okay.
And Doug was happy to foot the bill for it.
Okay, good. Give her something to do. Get out of the house.
Yeah,
There you go.
Ashley
Go run this thing.
Ashley named the company the American National Ballet.
Okay.
It's a dumb name, Ashley.
It's not a great name. It seems generic.
Now, would you like to hear what their goal was, Carl?
I hope it's not to have fat chicks dancing. I hope that wasn't
That's
their
what
goal.
it is.
Oh, God damn it, Ashley.
It was built on the goal of hiring dancers of all body types, including curvier and shorter ones. It felt like a big break, one dancer tells People in its latest issue. Finally, someone wasn't going to tell me that I was too fat to dance.
Well, they're just taking your money. It's not like you're performing in front of people. You're not getting on Broadway or anything like that. You're just, here, we'll take your money. You can dance here.
Could you imagine like how good this Ashley fucks that she's convincing you to spend all of your money on a fat lady ballet?
I mean...
I mean, Carl.
It's enraging. It's enraging because, look, if you're going to have a wife who's 30 years younger than you who's hot,
yeah,
and then it turns out she's a dancer
and
and
all
she
of her
wants to
fat
hang out
friends
with
are coming over.
I know. I thought there'd be like a bunch of other hot chicks there. It's like, oh, cool, dance school? Yeah, can I go there? And then you're like, wait, what's this?
And these fucking women are limping up to him going, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah. They're coming in with a dozen donuts to dance class. You're like, what the fuck? Who are these women?
Now, honey, you said this was going to be a ballet. Where are the dancers? It looks like the janitorial staff is on the stage.
Why is the 85 Bears defense here? I was looking for some dancers.
Oh, God. So, as you can imagine, this didn't go well.
Yeah.
Doug began to run out of money, and the entire ballet company fell apart. The couple were soon embroiled in a messy divorce where they began to trade allegations of abuse and infidelity. Then, on September 27th, 2020, police responded to a 911 call at the home of Ashley's mother in Lakewood Ranch, Florida. They found Doug fatally shot on the bedroom floor, bleeding in 3 places.
Okay.
Now, Ashley told police her husband had tried to attack her, and she had shot him in self-defense. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office said that Ashley claimed Doug was attacking her during the incident, but the detectives found no evidence that she was acting in self-defense when she fired multiple shots at her husband. Based on the entry wounds on Douglas, it does not appear that he was facing Ashley when she began shooting.
It's like that most is like, I was able to shoot him 2 times in the back.
Oh, 3 gunshot wounds to the back. Hit the music.
By the way,
dead giveaway.
I will tell you this though. I'm on Ashley's side on this one, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, you're gonna blame the mark?
Yes. See, if you want to marry a young hot chick because you're a wealthy guy, you have to then stay wealthy. If you become unwealthy and then she wants to leave or murder you or whatever, that's on you. That's the contract that you're in right now. You got to stay wealthy. Keep your money.
It really is. That kind of is the contract.
I was
She's
actually
expecting.
Yes, I was worried about you, and then I'm like, that's right. Vinny was never wealthy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about a similar scenario.
Yeah. Apparently, she says she loves me for me.
Well, I mean, that's ridiculous. But
the name of this episode, she loves me for me. Probably not. Okay. It's actually going to be COVID Fears Carl and Vinny.
Yes. Vinny and Carl are indestructible should be the name of this episode.
Vinny and Carl are gods among men. Douglas was not found to have any weapons on his person or near him, and they said it does not appear that Douglas had taken any kind of defensive or combative stance. Uh-oh. So we'll see what happens there. Ashley, you should probably have done a better job. You should probably pissed him off more. Like, you really got to, like, if you're going to do this whole
That's
thing,
true.
You got to goad him to, like, make him hit you.
You got to say that his...
You want me to bring my fat friends over here again?
No.
You want to have my fat
No, what you say is, your brother's dick is bigger than yours, and that usually will get it going.
Yeah. That's how Chrissy pisses off Carl.
Oh, boy. All right. This is getting too personal now.
All right. A teen girl. This story, by the way, kids, this next story is pretty fucked. Sorry. A teen girl in India has been found unconscious on a roadside after she was allegedly held captive and raped by a man for months to deliver his child. Police say the unidentified girl is from Nagpur, a city in the central Indian state of Maharashtra. Was found unconscious last week on the road in Ujjain, a city around 325 miles away from her home.
Okay.
If those of you didn't follow it, look at a map.
Yeah.
The 19-year-old girl regained consciousness Thursday after 5 days after she was found abandoned. The victim told police that a childless couple bought her for money, kept her in confinement for around 16 months while the husband raped her. The teen girl was thrown out by the couple after she delivered the baby for them.
So wait, you purchase a girl, and you're not allowed to have sex with her? I mean, you own her. This is not the India that I know. All of this seems fine to me.
Yeah, I mean, this shit would even go in India. Nah. Like, you could do that there.
Right.
Yeah. The Times of India reported, based on the victim's complaint, the police have registered a case against 5 people including the couple. The police have identified Rajpal Singh as the prime suspect who allegedly raped the girl after buying her from a human trafficker. The girl has also identified the human trafficker as a woman known as Chandra. Singh's wife could not bear a child, and the couple was desperate for a baby after their 2 kids died around 15 years ago. The victim said in the complaint the victim was unaware of the couple's plan and told the police that she was promised a well-paid job when she was brought to Ujjain.
I have to say, the teenager obviously did nothing to ingratiate herself into the lives of these people because they're like, all right, we just wanted the kid, now we can abandon you.
You think this guy wasn't sitting there singing, "Heaven, my baby"?
Yeah.
What a lovely way.
I mean, don't you think after
He's
16
just like,
months?
"Get out, bitch."
Yeah, like having 16 months together, she had a lot of chances to make it feel like they wanted to keep her around. Also, I was thinking...
It's India, man. How many mouths do you want to feed?
That's true. I was thinking, though, if they had kept the teenager after she gave birth to the kid, that would be a hilarious sitcom. You know what I mean? Like, you rape this girl for 16 months, she gives birth. It's like almost like a Who's the Boss type of scenario.
Yeah, it's the 2021 reboot of The Odd Couple.
Yes! I think that'd be fun.
Okay.
Let's get on it.
So I like how they said the victim was unaware of the couple's plans. Well, you were sex trafficked to them, so I don't think you really get a say.
Right. It doesn't matter if they gave you a tip on that or not.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to change anything.
Yeah, I'm sure they told you a lot of things.
Right.
To get you into that cage initially. After the girl became pregnant, the couple reportedly took care of her and even drove her to medical checkups, but they made an effort to hide her while she was in the vehicle. Meanwhile, Singh's wife reportedly staged that she was pregnant and convinced the neighbors. When the teen went into labor, she was admitted to a hospital under Singh's wife's name, where she underwent a cesarean operation. The couple took the baby and dropped the victim on the roadside. The victim also contracted an infection post-delivery, police said.
Well, yeah, she's living on the roadside of India for 5 days.
Yeah, after she just fucking got her guts, a baby fucking ripped out of her.
A C-section from an Indian hospital. I can only imagine. This seems like a kind of a nightmare, to be honest with you,
Yes,
Vinny.
I would say so.
Sounds like a bad situation.
There's monsters in this fucking world, dude.
And most of them live in India.
Not most of them.
Oh, not most of them.
They just happen to have a big population.
Most Indian people are monsters, is what you were trying to say, right?
No, it's not what I was saying at all. I didn't say that.
Okay.
In fact, that comment...
I denounce it.
Fair enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a bingo. That Carl just said fair enough.
Fuck! I can't help it.
What a fun show today, Carl.
That was fun.
I'm really glad to have you back in studio. We'll figure out a day this week. There's going to be a bonus episode on the Patreon. It's a good day to jump on that. Patreon.com/thecreepoff. You can join Carl's Cuzzaroos. I don't know why you would. Or you can join the VN True Believers. You can leave us a voicemail at 585-371-8108. And you can email thecreepoffpod@gmail.com.
Cuzzaroo.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be important.
It's more important to be nice.
Gagia.
Oh, normally in a funeral service, the body is buried the next day. Oh, the clock on my embalming room